so many of the stakeholders and players in diaspora matters before next year. So I really would like to urge each and every one of you, especially our own local private sector, to engage meaningfully with our diaspora, and also for our own diaspora to engage with our private sector and also government representatives who are here. Sio wengi lakini watakuja tu, labda wanafikiria kuna mengine sijui. Governments across the world are increasingly aware of the indispensable contribution of diaspora to the growth and the development of their countries of origin. Governments, especially we here in Kenya, have begun to take deliberate steps to formulate policies to harness this immense potential, and indeed are very keen to mainstream this into our national development plans. In Africa, we acknowledge the important role of the diaspora in the development of our countries, their countries of origin, by declaring the African diaspora the 6th constituency of our continent. The launch of the African Institute for Remittances in Nairobi in November of last year stressed the significance of the economic contribution of our diaspora. The Institute will, among other things, assist in capacity building of member states of the AU, remittance senders, recipients, and other stakeholders to manage remittances as a strategic asset. My government accepts, indeed admires, the important contribution of our brothers and sisters who are living abroad to the development of our country. And as has already been stated, last year alone, Kenyans living abroad remitted approximately $1.5 billion back into the country. Let me say, however, as much as we appreciate these flows, I would like you to know that we in government want to deepen our engagement with the diaspora beyond just remittances in order to make you feel at home, whether you are in Kenya or wherever you may be living in this world. In my various visits abroad, I always make it a point to meet with members of the Kenyan diaspora to understand their challenges and steps that we can take in order to alleviate their challenges. When we met last year with the diaspora in the United States, one of the issues that they raised was that they want to be enabled to bring home their left-hand drive vehicles so they can enjoy the same benefits that their brothers and sisters in right-hand countries also enjoy. I want to believe, and Henry is here, ukipiga kelele mjue ni yeye, that the guidelines are now in place, and in addition, the government continues to give high priority to addressing issues affecting the diaspora, and consequently diaspora diplomacy is now one of the pillars of Kenya's foreign policy. Apart from the remittances which contribute significantly to our economic development, we have enormous potential in our diaspora skills, knowledge and expertise that we in government should be tapping into to positively contribute to the growth of our economy. My government is committed to the implementation of the National Diaspora Policy, which I launched on the 20th of January this year. It remains of critical importance to mainstream the Kenyan diaspora in the development agenda in line with the aspirations and goals of our Vision 2030 by creating an enabling environment in which the diaspora is effectively integrated and is able to make significant contribution to the development of this nation. In the process of integration, the main thrust must be to unlock and maximize the hereto untapped promise of the diaspora and to use this energy to carry our country to greater heights, while at the same time meeting the needs and expectations of Kenyans living abroad at every point in time. This is crucial in developing a mutually beneficial relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin my conclusion by saying that the momentum is with Kenya and with Kenya's diaspora. Our Constitution provides for the progressive realization of the voting rights of Kenyan citizens abroad. During the 2013 general elections, apart from the Kenyan diaspora who live within the partner states of East Africa, the rest of you were unable to participate in those elections. Let me once again assure you that my government is committed to ensure that all Kenyans living abroad are progressively facilitated to participate in the next elections to enable them to exercise their democratic right to choose their leaders. In this regard, I'm happy to inform you that recently my government gazetted a task force on the full implementation of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 to facilitate voting by the diaspora in the forthcoming general elections. The team has begun its work and will soon submit its report for implementation. Another issue of concern, that of our national security, which is rightly a matter of concern to our diaspora. In this regard, we have made major changes. The Cabinet Secretary responsible for this docket is present with us here today, and I'm sure more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Security is essential for attracting investment from the diaspora and other international investors, as well as giving encouragement to our own local investors. I want to give you my assurance that we remain committed to creating a conducive investment climate in our country by enhancing security. We are doing this by addressing the historical underfunding of our security agencies. But however, as I continue to emphasize, as we as a government and our security agents take up their role, it is also the responsibility of every single Kenyan to work together with those agencies to ensure the safety and security of each and every Kenyan, as well as our property. Let me finally close this part by reminding you, the diaspora are really our first and frontline ambassadors. Your lives, your conduct, and your conduct, wherever you live, are the first evidence foreigners have of what we are like back in Kenya. I encourage you to make sure that that is good. We are also joined by our ambassadors from our various missions across the globe. And I think this is also a perfect opportunity for you to interact with them and to tell them how they can better serve you in the respective countries where you live. Sina mengine mengi, ni hayo peke yake. Mko na maswali, niko tayari kuyajibu. Mungu na wabariki. Asanteni sana.
And as we prepare, we may be seated kindly. As we prepare for the interactive session, Your Excellency, sir, the choir Afro-Classic Voices will perform one of the greatest Kenyan songs, Jambo Jambo Bwana, that was originally done by Teddy Kalanda. after which Big Ted, my colleague and Fred, will take us through that program.